All right, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This is the mid-morning show, and I'm back with another big update. Now, reports. There's so many reports, by the way. There's so many reports in the last hours, and I'm gonna speak about them. Milarian Pjanic, Maddison, and a new right back. Finally, we are in talks with a new right back, and this one it has a little bit of competition with Tottenham Hotspur, but I'll try to explain later. His name is Tahekiro Tomayasi. Wow, it's not an easy one for me. Really, Gabriel has sustained an injury, a knee injury. How long that is, we are still waiting for the medics to tell us, but not the best of news. And Granit Xhaka talks are back on, with hope that this time they will be finalized. Why not give me a like on the video? Do subscribe as well. Let us turn on the notification bell, people. On this video, we should get to 350 likes, because literally I have a couple of stories to discuss, so I need a reward. 350 likes. Can we do it? You guys are the good guys, and all I can do is just put my hopes in you. Please do check out my Twitter handle. It is Cossy, and check out my Instagram. It is Cossy19. Follow me there for just for some updates. If you want to talk to me, if you want to DM me on Twitter, my DM is open, very open, always open. So if you want to DM me on Twitter, do follow me up, and then you can talk to me directly on Twitter using my DM. Twitter is Cossy. Just look for Cossy. You'll be able to find me there. So let's get the party started, because we have a couple of stories to discuss. We start off with Gabriel Magalhaes. He's pulled out of the Olympics. Of the Olympics squad for Brazil, because he's apparently injured. Now, it doesn't look so good, honestly, because according to what I've seen, he's sustained what they have called something like a tendonitis or something like that. It doesn't really look so good, but we don't know when he's coming back. We don't have much information about that, but all I know, he has pulled out of that squad. Two good news. One good news for Arsenal, if it's not so long, that means he will begin the season with the club, and the other is bad news. Probably knee injuries are not the best injuries you can ever sustain in football. You could be out for weeks, you could be out for months, you could be out for years, you could be out for all your life. So let us pray for Gabriel that he gets a little bit better. But that is the update. Granit Xhaka talks are back on, that's according to Sportweb. Talks are back on, and this time the two clubs are very optimistic that a deal will be struck. Now the difference you have with the Granit Xhaka deal is that he's been in the Euros and is just back. So Marino should be aiming to complete this one very soon. So Granit Xhaka, like we've all said, all Arsenal have to do now is to find a perfect replacement. I've seen Manuel Locatelli. Manuel Locatelli value dropped by Arsenal fans. Like 10 million euros should be dropping from Manuel Locatelli for missing a penalty. Guys, come on, a penalty means nothing. Locatelli, you're not buying Locatelli to take penalties. You're really buying Manuel Locatelli to get in that midfield and make things right. So probably Xhaka this week or next week, a deal should be struck between Roma. Something very small is holding this deal. Roma don't want to pay the 20 million euros Arsenal is asking for, but the evaluation is still not very far from what Arsenal is thinking about, because I think Arsenal is thinking about around 20 million euros, and Roma is thinking about around 16 to 17 million euros. A deal will be struck very soon, and it's good business from Arsenal. If you sell Granit Xhaka for 20 million euros and replace him with Houssem Aouar for around 25 million euros or 30 million euros, for me it's good business, absolutely good business, because you're bringing in a 23-year-old to replace a 30-year-old. I think in terms of progressiveness, in terms of quality, in terms of market value, and in terms of a resale value, and all those good things, the deal would be better if you brought in Houssem Aouar to replace Granit Xhaka. And speaking about Aouar, of course, we did confirm today in the morning the Arsenal have come up with a very nice opening offer, which is around 20 million euros. It's not enough. Lyon have told them, look, let us talk. Our talks are positive. They're progressing well, but don't say you want to buy the player at 20 million euros. So the deal could be around 25 to 30 million euros. Arsenal are still insisting on 20 million euros. Of course, you know the same old Arsenal. We always want to get the cheap things, the cheap things cheaper. So probably that deal could happen very, very soon. Let us watch the space. Arsenal in talks with Lyon on that as well. And of course, the two interesting ones is James Maddison. Now, according to AFC Bell, they are saying Arsenal will try to go for James Maddison. They will try to do what you call an opening exploratory offer for James Maddison before they complete or before they agree anything for Houssem Aouar. Now, the fear is that Arsenal might miss out on James Maddison because of the price, and they think Leicester City will not lower their price. They think Leicester City, are more confident and that they will keep the player, and they want to keep the player. So what Arsenal is gonna do is come up with an opening offer, something like 40 million or 45 million pounds. If Leicester City reject it, probably Arsenal might go back with a second bid, and if it's rejected, then they will sign Houssem Aouar. It's a very good strategy because now if Leicester City want money, they bought in Soumare, they bought in Patson Daka. We don't know their financial situation. Probably they could need some money somewhere. I mean, it happens with transfers, it happens with clubs. At times they might need some money somewhere. So in my opinion, if Arsenal go in with an exploratory offer, which I think would be rejected, obviously, and then you go in with a second one, just testing the waters. If it is rejected, then you've got to pay up the 30 million euros for Houssem Aouar. And it comes at a time when Lyon have actually published their losses, and they stand at around 36 million last year. So they made a loss of 36 million euros last year. Of course, PSG, I've been looking at PSG, not really good books. A loss of 129 million euros, really not good. But I mean, they have made the loss. They will need to replace. They will need to replace that money, and eventually, I think what they will do, what will happen is they will succumb into any offer that Arsenal puts on the table if it does not humiliate the value of the player. So James Maddison, we should be hearing of an offer very soon before anything is agreed between Arsenal and Lyon for Houssem Aouar. The player is missing training, and this is how it started. Get French News said the player is missing training because he wants to secure a move away from Lyon, not because he's injured. Houssem Aouar came out and said, no, I was hospitalized on Sunday, but I'm doing better. A couple of hours later, it is confirmed that Arsenal put in their offer, and Lyon are saying, you know what, add us some more money. Yeah, we know you want to press us, on the wall, but give us some more money, and probably a deal could happen. So we are waiting for that. We are also in talks to get Miralem Pjanic from Barcelona on loan. Now, Pjanic joined Barcelona last summer, if I'm not really mistaken. They had a swap deal when, I think they had a swap deal with Juve. Miralem Pjanic crossing over this side, and I really don't remember the player that went to Juve. The Brazilian. I'm not really sure about the name. I'm not really. I can't remember the name. Can't really get it in my head, but I speak about him on a daily basis. So Miralem Pjanic, crossing to Barcelona, and I think it was somewhat a ridiculous deal for Barcelona to do. Now they want to free up they want to free up some 200 million pounds, and what they're doing is they're letting players go on loan, on free transfers, things like that. So Arsenal is in talks for Miralem Pjanic. I've heard that Spurs is also interested in the player, and when talk about Spurs and Arsenal battling out for players, it's not the only player. It's not only Miralem Pjanic. We also have Taikiro Tomayesi. Now this guy, according to Gianluigi Di Marzio, I wouldn't have picked up this story if it's not for Gianluigi, but since it's Gianluigi, I decided to pick up the story. So according to Di Marzio, he says Arsenal are in talks together with Tottenham Hotspur to get the young lad. He's played in the Italian Serie A for some time now, and I've been looking at some of his highlights on YouTube. He's not bad. He's not bad as a right back. So he's a right back, and yeah, you know, this really confirms that Inter Milan could be on the verge of taking Hector Bellerin on a permanent transfer. Of course, they want to take him out on a loan at first. Arsenal proposing an obligation to buy, and Inter are saying, you know what, we don't want an obligation to buy. We would rather take him out on loan, and then you know, just give us. We just want to do things on our pace. We take him out on loan, which is comfortable for us, and after that, you know, we could either decide to take him, to buy him, or actually to buy him. And after getting all that money from the sale of Achraf Hakimi, Inter Milan really want, you know, to take Bellerin with no pay, you know, without paying a penny. It's a little bit ridiculous. So let's see how things will actually move up. That is the mid-morning update. Thanks everybody for always tuning in. Really love you. I'll come back in the afternoon. And we discuss more of Arsenal transfers. Obviously, probably I'm thinking about a comparison between Our and Maddison. If you want me to do that video next, let me know in the comments below. Smash up the likes. 300 is the target, and the sky is the limit.